guys, welcome to Knit in the Zone. I'm Jen, and this is a blog about all things yarn, knitting, sometimes crochet, and sometimes some other random fun things too. This is episode 43, and I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone who's joining me today. Welcome to new viewers, and welcome back to returning viewers. And also I want to let you know where you can find me across all of the social media things. I am Nitty Gritty Vegan on Ravelry. You can go to knitinthezone.com. That's where I put all of the show notes for everything that I mentioned. It's all clickable links, so you don't have to type anything in except for that. You can shop my hand-dyed yarn line at traintrackfiberdesigns.com, and then you can also follow me on Instagram. I have two accounts. I have one for Knit in the Zone, and then I have one for Train Track Fiber Designs. So yes, I think that's everywhere that you can find me. So I have few things that I'm stocking that I'm really excited to show you. The first thing is something I probably won't really make, but I saw it and I think it's cute and I just want to show because I'm like, y'all need to see how cute this is. So I might make these because they're little. These are called funny owls, and they're little crochet owls and they're so cute. And I don't know that I'll make them. I don't really have a use for them. I just think they're so cute. And like, I don't know. I don't know that I'll make them or not, but I keep looking at them. Like, I added them to my queue the other day, and every time I go on Ravelry and I go to my queue, I'm like, oh, those are so cute. So I don't know if I will make them or not, but either way, they're fun to look at. So maybe I might make one or two, maybe one. Anyways, but they're so cute. So, I'm not going to say this person's name because I'm not going to get it right, but it's Funny Owls by however you say this person's name. So, that's the first thing I'm stocking. And then the second thing I'm stocking, I may have shown you this in the past because it's been in my queue for a while. I just kind of moved it up because I guess I'm getting more serious about it. But this is called Radiate, and it's by Joji Locatelli. And this is a sweater that I think this is brioche. I believe it's brioche. I don't know. But either way, it's cute. Brioche or no. Doesn't matter. It's still super cute. So that is Radiate by Joji Locatelli. I just think that's a super cute sweater. It is in DK weight yarn. So I was kind of looking for some stuff to make in DK weight. So that's one of the things I found. The next thing is not DK at all. This is fingering weight. But this is So Faded by Andrea Mowry. You've probably seen it a million times. It's super trendy. But this is it. And I may have even shown you here before, but this is another thing I keep going back to. Like, I kind of want to make like a plain sweater. I know that's not plain, but it is as far as like there's no lace or cables or anything. So I kind of want to make something like that. I think there's some texture on the sleeve though. If you look, it looks like there's some texture going on the sleeve. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, that's worked its way up in my queue, so I'm stocking that again. And then this is called, what is this called? Sunset Highway by Caitlin Hunter. And this is a pullover situation, and I like this version of it. And I'm not super great with color work, so I don't know that I would necessarily make this. I just think it's super, super cute, and I think it's worth mentioning. And I like this person's version of it. I don't know if this is Caitlin Hunter or not, but this was on her like featured finished objects for this project. And I like how the length of this one is, and I like how loose it is, and I also like her color choices. So yeah, all those things are super cute. And yeah, so that's what I'm stocking right now. As far as works in progress, so if you watched episode 41, then you saw that I was working on Birkin from Amy Miller. So the bottom section where it's ribbed, you do that for, I think it's 4 inches, but whatever. I got all that done. And then it's 2 lace panels that repeat themselves. 2 lace, whatever, sections that repeat. And so I got through the second one, like almost to the end. Like I had like one more row of like eyelet or something left. And then I was like, ooh, I don't really love this yarn. Like, I'd been thinking that for a while. As I was going through it, I was like, I don't really like this. This isn't that great of a texture. It kind of feels like it's rough. There was like grass in it, I told you before, if you'd watched that episode. And I was just kind of like, I don't know. And then I I kind of finally just decided, you know what? If I'm on the fence about it, then there's like a pretty good chance that I'm not going to actually love it whenever I get done. So I should just go ahead and frog it and just go ahead and just redo it in something I know I like. Because I have done that where I'll knit something completely. And I talked about this in last week's episode where I was talking about picking a yarn that wasn't really suited for the project and how, you know, that makes a nightmare knit kind of for you. Even though you've worked really hard and you love it, but then at the same time, you're not going to wear it because you don't like how it, you know, feels against your body or how it drapes or something. So I went ahead and frogged it. I think I did that Friday. If you follow me on Instagram and you saw my live feed or my video or whatever, then you might have seen me frogging it because I did it on Instagram because I thought that'd be fun. But anyway, so that's gone. So I don't have that to show you. I do have my blanket that I'm working on though. This is my scrappy sock blanket, and this is a pattern I've been working on since July 4th weekend of this year. So yeah, a few months. It lives in its field bag from French Supply Company. And this is how much I've got done since I showed you guys last. If I can get it flipped all around right. Okay, so I haven't worked on it a whole lot because I need its needles for something. But I've put in almost 5 squares. So this is from Train Track Fiber Designs. This is called Searching for Oceans. This is from Train Track Fiber Designs. This is from Train Track Fiber Designs. And this is too. This one's not in the shop. This was my color MC1, I think, for my Speckle and Pop. And this over here, Searching for Oceans, was my MC2. But I haven't added this to the shop. I don't know if I'm going to yet. But anyway, if I do, I'll let you guys know. And then this right here is from, it's Knitology yarn, and it comes in my knit crate that I get. I get the minis kit every month. So this is from the October kit. I don't know what the name of it is because they just send you a list of names, and then the yarns themselves aren't labeled, so I'm not sure what the name of this color is, but it's in that set. So if you're interested in this one, you could probably go on their website and just, you know, look at what the colors were in that. I'm sure they probably have them labeled online, but it didn't matter to me what the name of it was, so I didn't go look. But yeah, so this is how much I've got done this week since you've seen last. And it's getting pretty big. So it won't fit completely in the frame. I have to move it, so that's exciting. And then yeah, so this past weekend, I was on the porch and it was getting evening time, so I decided I would cover up with it while I was working on it. And Bella was out there with me and she wanted to cover up too. And so I realized at that point that I need to make it at least 2 squares bigger, like in the width-wise, for sure, maybe more than that even. Because whenever she and I were both trying to cover up with it, like, it was a struggle. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to have to make it a little bit bigger, which isn't a big deal, really, at all, because, I mean, you just pick up and knit just like you were doing, or just like I'm doing on these, so it's not a big deal. It's just going to take me longer to finish it, but anyways, so, yeah. And it's hot again here, so I'm not going to need it for a little while again, because it's like supposed to get up to almost 80 today. So last week it was cold enough to wear a sweater, and this week it's like almost 80, so it's like tank top weather. But yeah, so that's the progress on that. And part of the reason I didn't work on that, I'm using my size 2 circular needles on that. And I only have one set of size 2 interchangeable needles. And the next thing I'm about to show you needed the size 2, but then Birkin needed them as well. So I wasn't able to work on this while I was working on Birkin because I needed, you know, my interchangeable needles so I could have the long cord and the size 2 tip. And then after I got done with Birkin, then I cast on for my first finished object that I'm going to show you, which is right here. And then, so yeah, I didn't get to work on my blanket because I was making this. So this is my first finished object for this episode, and this is called Beware of the Moose, and this is part of Amy Miller's hat-along for November 2017, and it's a mystery hat-along, so whenever you sign up, well, now if you sign up, you would already know the first two patterns, but anyway, whenever you sign up, it was a mystery. You didn't know what the patterns were going to be. It was 4 hats, and you knit them through, the month of November. This was the first one, and I feel like on the video you can't see my moose, however you say that, as well as you can in person. Because in person I can see them, in a picture with a flash on, I feel like you can see them really well. You can see them really well, but on this you kind of can't, on the video. But anyway, so this is I don't know if it's called Fair Owls whenever it's like this, or if it's just color work or what it's called. I've only done 2 other color work or Fair Owls projects, whatever it's called, in my life, and to be honest, whenever I saw this was the first thing, I was a little bit intimidated because it's not that I'm not good at it, it's just that I've not ever done it, so I was kind of like, ooh, really? But I did it, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. It has a lot of stretch to it, so it definitely, will fit my head nicely. I haven't weaved in my ends, obviously, since you see them all just doolollying around. But yeah, so that's the first one. And the colors I used, this is Searching for Oceans from Turn Trek Fiber Designs for my background color. And then this is that same green that's in my blanket, and this is just a hot pink. And then I used a brown, which I guess you can see it better like that. But yeah, so I just used a brown that I had dyed. I think I just dyed that for a sample. I don't think I have that brown in the shop, because I think I just dyed it for a sample to kind of check out a color, basically. So yeah. And then I might get a pom-pom for this. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I want to get a pom-pom for the next thing I'm going to show you. But yeah, if anyone knows of where to get cool pom-poms, like faux fur pom-poms, definitely let me know, because I don't know where to get them. I've seen some really cute ones online. I want to buy from an independent seller. I don't want to buy from Michael's or somewhere like that. I know they have them there, but I really would rather buy from a person on Etsy, or who has their own little shop online. So if you know of anyone who sells them that you've got them from that has good quality, let me know. So and then the last thing I'm going to say about this pattern, it called for you to use a size 2 and a size 4, and I did that. So I did the US 2 on the ribbing section, I did the US 4 in here. The only thing I changed about the pattern is she just said to cast on. She didn't say what cast on to use. So I didn't use it. So I used the German twisted cast on. And that's the one that I'd mentioned that makes a super stretchy cast on edge. So I'm glad I took the time to do that. Just because I feel like it really adds that extra, give to the hat that obviously you don't want it to be on your head. So yeah, that's my first finished object. And that was hat for week 1 of the hat along. And then this is hat 2. So I'm done with it as well. And I also haven't weaved in my little end, but there's only one to weave in. So this is a cabled pattern. It's called Hot Cider. And this is pattern 2 in the Amy Miller hat along for November 2017. And I think it turned out really nice. I like to do cables. I haven't done them in a while, but I like to do them. So this was, a fun little treat, I guess. And then I definitely need a pom-pom for this one, because see, there's a hole. So it needs a pom-pom. And I want one that has a button where I can take it off so I can wash the hat. So that's the other thing I'm looking for. Or I guess I could sew a button inside and attach it. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, so it needs a pom-pom. And the only thing I changed on this pattern is it said to cast on with a size 4 needles and do the ribbing section. And I didn't do that. I just went straight to the 6 because I didn't want it to be too tight around my head area. I don't like that whenever a hat's tight right there. And I knew that this hat, since it is worsted weight yarn, I knew that it would be thick enough to stay down my head, just because I'd seen, the finished object on her. I knew that it would be fine to do that. So that's the only thing I changed. And then Also, I think she said to go up like maybe a half inch higher than I did. But I tried it on as I was going, and I didn't want to have a bunch of slouch at the top. Um, just because like it is worsted weight yarn, and I knew that it would probably just kind of stick up rather than flopping over. So yeah. And then the yarn that I used for this is something I had got in my knit crate, one of the knit crates over the summer. This is from Tanis Fiber Arts, and it's their Pure Wash Worsted. The color is Iris, and it is a worsted weight yarn. And I think it did really good on this. I wasn't sure, you know, because sometimes if you do like a variegated yarn and you do cables, sometimes you lose that. So I wasn't really sure, but I think it turned out nice. So I'm very happy with this. And this was my first time using Tanis Fiber Arts, and I like their yarn. I like it well enough, you know, if I don't really use worsted. This was the only worsted I had at all in my whole entire yarn life. So I would definitely, you know, look at them again if I needed something I didn't have, or, you know, if I saw it out in a shop or something, I would definitely check it out. So it's super soft too. So, and it's organic, I think. Yeah. It's organic merino. I don't know if their dye is organic, but their yarn is. So yeah, super awesome. I need a pom-pom, so definitely let me know if you know a place to get cool faux fur pom-poms. And that's it for finished objects and for like knitted things that are already knit. The next thing I'm going to show you is the color that I'm going to use for my Birkin. So since I unraveled it, and obviously I'm not going to use that yarn, I dyed something for it. So it took me a few days to kind of decide what I wanted to do, and I decided that I was going to do this. So this is something I just dyed for me. I am probably going to list the colorway too, because I think it's cool. I think it turned out really good, and I don't know, I feel like maybe other people would like that too. But basically, it is like pink and some yellows, and kind of fades into like a orangey color because of that, because of the pink and the yellow mixing. So this is just on my sport weight yarn, OG Sport, and this is what it looks like. I love it so much. I'm so excited to cast on for it. So I think I'm going to, you know, put these in a ball or center, yeah, a cake, whatever. Yeah, I'm going to cake these up, and then I'm going to cast on later on. I already swatched for it. I just used a different color of this, so I already made sure I got gauge and stuff. And I also think I'm going to make the smaller size of that sweater, because whenever I took it off the needles, like I felt like the amount of ease that it had was like more than I would probably want anyway. So yeah, I think I'm going to make the smaller size, and then I'm going to do it in this. So, because I like the drape of this yarn. So that's what I'm going to do here in a little bit this afternoon. And that's my new color. And it doesn't have a name yet, because obviously I just kind of dyed it for myself. So that's what I've been working on as far as that goes. I want to show you what I've been listening to. So I was reading Mrs. Peregrine's book 3, and I don't know. I haven't really had a lot of time to read. That's the first thing, is I really haven't had a lot of time just to sit and read. I don't know what's been going on, but I felt like I haven't had a lot of time to just sit down and actually hold a book and read. So I haven't made any progress on that, honestly. And I don't even know that I'm into that now at this point. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so that's sitting on a shelf. And then what I'm listening to, I actually am into. This is called Practical Magic. And it's a good book. I like it a lot. I'm not super far into it. I'm about maybe a quarter of the way into it. I haven't really noticed much that's going on that's magic yet. So I kind of thought it was like about witches and stuff, and I don't know. I haven't got to anything witchy happening. But it's about 2 sisters who are adults, and then one of those adult sisters, that's a main character, has 2 daughters. So it's kind of about their dynamic and, you know, the things that are going on in their life, which I like it. It's a good story. I'm probably not describing that very well, but I never know how much to tell for information, because I don't want to tell too much, like ruin something. you know, for somebody, but at the same time, like, I don't know, I probably could actually look at what's on, like, the back of the book before I start doing these things. Anyways, so, yeah, I like it so far. It's kind of a little bit chick-lit, you know, so there's that, and I like that type of a thing. Let's see, was there anything else I was going to mention as far as entertainment goes? Stranger Things 2 came out. Already watched the whole season. It was 9 episodes. It was really good. If you haven't watched it, check it out. If you haven't watched the first season of it, definitely check that out first, obviously. It's a Netflix series, and I like a Netflix series a lot because they release everything at once, so that's super fun. So yeah, but that's something, if you haven't seen it, you can binge that. But yeah, I don't think I have anything else really to tell you guys other than, once again, YouTube won't let me do the pop-ups anymore, like on the screen. So whenever I mention stuff, you can't just click. So copy and paste it in the zone into your browser and then go over there to get all the clickable links. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You can hit the subscribe button down here. And then if you want notifications, you can hit over here. I think I already said that too. So yeah, I think I'm just going to go now because I think I'm being repetitive at this point. So yeah, thank you guys so much for spending time with me today. And I will see you guys next Thursday. Have a great weekend. Bye.